Right, so we are live. Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel STF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking.
I'm Wild.
I am Tufan.
And this is our celebratory live stream. We'll count this as the live stream for September.
Yep.
We sadly haven't had a live stream since March. We'll say, yeah, we think. Some of the live streams might have gone missing from YouTube, but yeah, we are back on track after the summer, and we hope you are joining us. And so far, it seems that 8 people are watching live. That number will hopefully grow throughout the broadcast, and we'll do loads of cool stuff. We have our 2,000 subscriber prize draw. No, the 1,000 likes on Facebook prize draw. We are celebrating just reaching 2,000 likes on subscribers on YouTube, and as an extra added bonus, we just reached 1,000 videos uploaded onto our channel.
Hey.
So a good amount of videos for you guys to watch. So we have Frederick Schulze saying hello there. So we'll get to your comments throughout the stream. So we asked about some topics. We asked about some comments before we scheduled the stream. So are there any comments from the Facebook post we did?
Yes, David Ellis asks, with the new edition just being released, what force are you looking forward to playing the most? And do you feel there is any forces which have gained a power boost? So, 2 for 1 there.
2 for 1, yeah.
So any forces you're looking forward to playing the most?
Well, I'm gonna do starting off on my Arda Force. I'm looking forward to getting that done.
Yeah, what are you going to play in your Ardacon Forge next year?
I am going to do a mix of Minas Tirith and Rohan. There will be Eol the Young and Sirion the Steward, represented by a King of Men. Hopefully, if Games Workshop re-releases the miniature I need, because it would be too expensive to source them from eBay.
Yeah, you're talking about Eol the Young and the Sons of Errol.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a given that Games Workshop will re-release most of the line that they had previously to the rebranding, because obviously they removed it to repackage them.
Yeah.
In new packaging, so they will arrive very shortly. There is a discussion to be said about if it was a good business strategy to just remove half the products from the web page.
Should have done it earlier, I think. People have understood all the releases soon. The miniatures are going down. They're going to come back with new repackaging. After the release, many people go like, "What?"
Yes, that's it. So yeah, I think maybe it's a bad business decision, but they will be around at some point. What about you, Wal?
I think it'll be Minas Tirith. Yeah. Well, if the rumors of Osgiliath's source book or something, or yeah, that'd be interesting.
Gondrath War.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
I'm really hoping for a Osgiliath army list in that, and a Grey Company army list as well.
The Gondrath War isn't really a rumor anymore, so hasn't that?
No, it has been announced, but what it entails besides scenarios is what. Myself, I don't know. I have so many projects lined up. I have so for upcoming episodes of the Grand Campaign, I'm making Mordor Uruk-hai. I'm making Moria Black Shields. I'm making Ents, finishing the Fellowship behind me. There's loads of things I want to do, but what I most want to do is the Gleaming Horde.
Yeah.
252 Eastling army. So yeah, I saw a question here that was posted, so I might get more into that later. So any more questions? Oh, there's a two-parter.
Any force which have gained a power boost?
all of them.
Yeah. Numenor.
Well, some of them have been slightly downplayed a bit. I think the named ring rates are not as powerful. They were overpowered.
Mhm.
I think a lot of the overpowered things that you saw previously in tournaments have been either made so that you wouldn't want to drop them just in any army because then you lose the armor bonuses, or they have been nerfed in terms of added points, or their ability now costs will points to use, stuff like that. So I think the general rebalancing of the rules are a very good thing. I don't particularly see any type of army being super competitive, more than the others. Maybe like, yeah, maybe roses.
Mhm.
Roses are a very good ally or a force contained within themselves, but they have gone up a few points, so they're pretty well balanced as well. So I haven't studied it to the extent that I could say which one is the most competitive, because it's also a question of what's the meta, what's the most common thing to take to a tournament. Is it a horde army? Is it a hero army? What will people take? So I think we'll have to wait and see for which way the meta swings.
It will take a bit, take a while for it to shake out, and might swing because if some people start using one type of army a lot, people will find counters, and then the meta will swing around. And it'll take a while for it to settle down, and we see what could actually be problematic in this edition.
Yeah.
Though I have every faith in Jay.
Yeah, I think Jay's doing a really good job rebalancing and bringing life back into units that you didn't see that much before. So I'm really hopeful for the future of the game and everything entailed into it. Right, so we've got a question that's kind of pertinent to the start of the stream. Jess asked, "What are you guys making painting for the stream?"
Yeah.
So we can start with you, Tufar.
Yeah, I'm finishing up my Bandits and Brigands for Test of Honor. Because as some people may know, when I was painting up for Articon, every time I went into this part of the studio to get something, I was like looking at my half-painted warband and going, but I want to paint that.
Yeah.
And then, well, somehow miraculously I got Arda done in time, and now I'm picking up where I left off. Of course, now there's several other projects. But I want to do that. That's, I guess, everyone who has ever had a miniature project know that.
Yeah. I'm trying to finish blacklining my Imperial Fist Space Marines for Primaris Imperial Fist Space Marines for Kill Team. So Kill Team is a game that we play a lot here at the studio on our gaming nights. So I want to get a force painted so I can play with finished painted models. But on the other side of the studio, there is about 50 Middle-earth miniatures that I'm also working on simultaneously. Is the Mordor Uruk-hai, the Moria Black Shields, and some Rangers. And you, Mal?
I'm soldiering on the Easterlings. I just need to get them finished for the videos. The SPG Grand Campaign. Yeah. So there's 5 cataphracts that need to be done first, and then we'll see what I can manage in time. I have about 10 more archers and about the same 10-15 more pikemen. And I have painted up 20, 30, 40, 45 Eastlings already, I think. So I'm getting a bit tired of gold and red, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing I would be as well when I'm deep into the project of painting 250 of these guys. But yeah, I'm crazy, so that's something not new. All right. Any more questions from the Facebook
No,
chatter?
no,
No.
I will check Instagram.
Thank you guys for the congratulations.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
We got loads of messages. We have Jess Hunt, congratulations on the 2,000 subs, folk, and happy birthday, Weil.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
You had your birthday on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday was, yeah. Shadowcat 9 Live says hello and congratulations on making 2K subs. Thank you so much. Niklas says he hopes for new plastic leader packs because the resin ones are too expensive. So I don't think that the prices will drop that much on the plastic leader packs, because if you see the plastic packs from Age of Sigmar, they're about £20 for a single character on foot, and they are quite big. So I'm guessing £20 for Theoden Footed Mounted, if he is ever released as a separate standalone miniature, will be about what I expect for it to cost. So I don't think the price will be a lot different, but I do think that the quality of the miniature will be vastly improved. We already saw the Theoden model. We have seen the painted pictures of Gandalf with Pippin.
Didn't see that one coming, and it's
No. Pippin is removable, and the rumor is that there will be a Gandalf on foot and Pippin on foot miniature accompanying the set as well.
So, are you gonna buy 2 packs, or are you gonna magnetize it?
Buying 2 packs, of course.
Suspected as much.
We also have Otta, one of our lovely patrons, saying hello and congrats on the 2K. Well done, guys. Thank you so much, Otta, and thank you so much for your support. Gilgalad62 says congrats on the 2K subs. You really deserve it. Thank you so much. And Callum D says, hey guys, congrats on hitting 2K. You're making great content. Well, we try. we try. So yeah, I think that's all the comments, all the smaller comments, but we have a few questions that were submitted before the stream started.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start off with answering IG Obvious question. IGX Obvious. What are, in your opinion, the 3 most competitive armies with a new rules change? Right, so I think
I have no thought on this
at all. So Weil doesn't really play competitive events. He runs them.
Yeah.
But he's not big on competitive play. Although our patrons will see a new side of Weil in our patron exclusive battle report for this month. Spoilers.
It's get a bit carried away, did you?
Well,
we'll not get too much into it, but I think Weil played a very, very good game.
I can play good games, but playing, yeah, it's playing that many games. It's in a single day with that pressure. It's it's not fun. I don't know. I can play one game, but yeah, it's I don't need that pressure.
Not exactly a competitive player myself, but on Arda, which was my first tournament in 2 years, and the tournament before that one was the first in like 8 or something. It was a very tiring, incredibly tiring. The last 2 games, I noticed I started making unnecessary mistakes. At least the first of the 2 last games. Started making mistakes because I was tired, but it was such fun. And the good thing is, when you weren't playing that competitive, and well, I was out of practice with my army, and I had a bit of a run of bad luck, so I started dropping down the rankings, and every single opponent was a joy to play.
Yeah. that's a cool thing about Ardacon and big style tournaments. Here in Norway, we are lucky to get more than 24 players at a big event, and the thing then is that it doesn't really matter how many you win or lose, because
You're playing the same people anyway.
yeah, you play the same people. But in like big competitive style events, you'll play you'll be playing people that have exactly the same amount of win loss as you yourself, and that makes it so that it's, if you lose the first one, you'll be playing people who lost the first one, either by fluke or by not generally being competitive. And the way that works is that you play with like-minded people from all across the world, and just have a fantastic time. That's what I did. That's what you did.
So I've totally decided I'm going back. There is no question about it.
Yeah, Ardacon 2019 will be an absolute fantastic event, I'm very sure. But to answer your question, IGX Obvious, I don't think there is a concrete statement we could give to give you the 3 most competitive armies for the new rules change, because I don't think the most competitive people even know by now. I think there hasn't been a single big tournament using the new rules yet. I know there was one at Gameforge a couple of weeks ago, but that was the release weekend. So yeah, I think we'll have to wait. I think we'll have to wait to see how the meta evolves and how everything just comes about. So sorry for not answering your question more concretely, but I think.
And we know it's not about the army; it's about tempo,
Yes.
positioning, and resources.
Yeah.
Everything is in those 3.
And I think if you haven't, cheap plug for well, not cheap because we are giving it, but Green Dragon Podcast episode 49 has fantastic insight on a competitive player's journey to take it what's perceived as a non-competitive army to a very competitive event and coming in second. I think nobody expected Arvidu in the Ranger Force to place podium at Ardacon.
21 points of might.
21 points of might, that will do a lot, but I don't think it
And
was that competitive to begin with, the Force. I think it's
And-
all about the player.
And a very good player.
Very, very fantastic player. Kylie Nova is a wonderful player. She has tons of tricks up her sleeve, and bringing something different from the Australian meta really helps that, I think. Right, so just keep up with the questions and comments, guys. We got Calum-D, any new army projects for yourselves in the future? So I'm, of course, doing all the armies and other stuff as well. I have Fallout coming in next week. I have Kill Team coming in. Well, doing Kill Team now. I have Test of Honor to paint. I have Guild Ball to paint, and I have loads of other cool stuff to do. But for the Lord of the Rings in particular, or the Middle-earth in particular, I have all these different armies I want to do. I want to do an Uruk Scout army. I want to do the Eastlings. I want to do an Ent army. I want to finish off my painting all the models in the Fellowship, the Moria Black Shields, and the Mordor Urukai for the campaign. So there's lots of cool stuff I want to do.
Yeah, I need to finish these links.
Mhm.
I really can't see anything
Beyond the
there's beyond these links. There's finishing some more Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
Because we need that for the campaign, and I really don't know what's next after that. But I have a lot of Relic Blade miniatures I want to finish. I have a lot of Gangs of Rome buildings I need to finish.
Yeah, we need to do another Build Rome in one day live stream.
Yeah, I have a lot of different things.
Drowned Earth.
Drowned Earth. Oh, I still want to finish the Drowned Earth. They're like 70% done. But because I had to paint all the red and gold, I haven't been able to. I have a lot more Star Wars Legion to paint. I have Test of Honor to paint.
Yeah,
I have
you paint Test of Honor.
have some more Freeblade stuff. I have some more Dark Age stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the games.
Fortunately, Kill Team I've done most of it.
Hmm.
And there's not much after these things. Well, there's I want to do the Urukai, but we'll see.
And I think we've already answered some of these questions in other questions, because you're doing the Ministerial, the Gondor and Rohan alliance.
The Gondor part is what I will be focusing on primarily for now, because those are already available. I'll only have to discover who I'll be using for my steward. You suggested Faramir. I'm thinking perhaps Faramir with the Theoden head.
Oh yeah, that could work.
To get a bit of an older head on Faramir.
That's true. It could be cool conversions, making him an armored steward using the kings of minerals.
Yeah.
Really cool. So we have BD Knots 09 saying, glad the game is coming back strong. Oh yes. Every single day there is a new player returning somewhere. Especially on the Great British Hobbit League, I can see new posts every single day with people hey, I'm back, or hey, I'm new. And it's such a joy to see. But I want to reiterate on what I said in my video, is that we need to welcome them with open arms, answer their questions politely, and just show them the magic of the community, because that's the most important thing we can do. We shouldn't lose the magic we have built during the past 5 years.
One thing that's important to remember for people that follow stuff like the Great British Hobbit League is that even though this is the 453rd time you see that question, we can no longer assume it's just because people haven't been paying attention. They're probably new or returning.
Yeah, could be their first post.
Yeah, so remember that when you see the question answered again, keep answering it either by you can link if you're polite about linking to an earlier thread, or because some people can be a bit passive aggressive linking to earlier threads.
Yeah.
But or answer the question and help someone, so that they feel welcome, because that is the magic of what was the Hobbit and now is Middle Earth.
Yeah, I don't think it takes that much more time to answer a question correct and politely than it takes to being a passive aggressive person and answering it with like, hey, you should have watched these other things, because it doesn't take that much time to type.
Mind you, I haven't seen that, but I've seen it in many other communities.
Yeah.
So it is important that we don't become like that.
There are tons of horror stories from other communities where these things have happened once a game has been had a resurgence. Blood Bowl springs to mind. So yeah, I think that's a very, very good thing to do. So yeah, we have a couple of questions. Otto, Rhoda, and Gilgalad 62 will do this as one. How long do you think it will be until the new Dolamroth Knights are released? And Gilgalad says, how long until Gothmog's Enforcers pack is released? So that's of course Guritz and Gothmog's Enforcer. I expected them by now, to be honest. It's 4 weeks since they were released simultaneously as an early release at both Ardacon and the European Warhammer Fest. So lovely miniatures. But I expected them within 4 weeks. I expected them within 2, to be honest, but they haven't arrived yet. So every single Friday, I'm on the Forgeworld page expecting them to be there, and they're not. So what I think is happening is either there are some other demanding scheduling on Forgeworld that makes it so that they can't release the miniatures because they don't have the production capacity, or they're waiting until the Gondrak War Supplement.
Oh, I kind of hope, first of all, because I've got mine, but for everyone else, I wish them to have theirs. But the reason I hope they wait for the Gondor War Supplement is because that would mean the Gondor War Supplement is close.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
That's why I hope they wait, because that would mean that the Gondor War Supplement will be arriving shortly, if that is the case.
Yeah, so we already heard that the Hobbit, Armies of the Hobbit book, So 4 weeks ago at the seminar, J. Claire said it would take a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting that book November, December, like late November or early December. But if we get like in late October, get Gondrak War, that would be a huge surprise because I didn't think it would arrive so soon. But we already seen the painted pictures of Gandalf, who we know will be an accompanying miniature for that set. So, yeah, could be fun. So we have a couple of new questions. Are you guys going to show the new Armies of Middle-earth book on the channel? We already did. I've filmed most of the book already, so I've done separate army reviews for most of the good armies. I think I'm at this point missing the Kingdom of Khazad-dûm and the Wanderers in the Wild. I think that's the last two I haven't published. And then it's of course the 11 evil armies that are in the pipeline as well. So during next week, I think you will have seen every single video on that. So far, I'll of course do one on the Hobbit when that arrives, and I'll do a review on the Gondrak War once that arrives. So we are going to show the new armies, but we're not going to show the new armies book on the channel. I think I had a discussion in a comment on one of my videos where someone wanted me to show the pages and flip through the pages on camera, but
they wanted you to scan the book.
Yeah, that's true. It started as to scan the book, but I don't want to do that because that would be IP infringement. It will also be risking the whole channel to be shutting down. And I don't want to face the wrath of either GW or especially not Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Because they are big. They are very big indeed.
And in addition, it would be counterproductive to where we want the hobby to go now.
Because we want people to buy the book.
Yeah, so because it is very important that we show, the community has shown its support, that's why it's back. But we need to continue showing our support.
That is the whole support your hobby at the end of the videos we do.
Yeah. So I is it a shame that GW charges the same for the book as a EPUB or stuff like that? Yes, it's a shame that they charge the exact same amount they charge for the printed book. But it's the way GW has decided to do things, and it is a fantastic book.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
I want to have every single book that comes out in my
collection.
Yeah, in my collection. So to flip through and read over and over again. I still read the old books from 2002, 2003, and so forth. So I'm used them for the campaign as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nicholas says everyone is like, I found this 10,000 old miniatures I didn't remember anymore, and I'm like, I want to. Yeah, all right. Okay, I understand your question now. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of posts with people like, yeah, I went to my attic and I found this box. And there's like a treasure trove of miniatures.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, I know I'm not going to do that because
they've never gone there.
You know what you have.
I know what I have. I have everything. But yeah,
He's not kidding though.
I understand your statement, Nicholas, that you want to also find the box of 1,000 miniatures that you didn't know you had. Because that would be awesome.
I would like to find my box of Dolamba.
The ones you painted before.
Yeah.
For
the
the
ones-
Norwegian Championship.
Yeah, for the championship. Oh.
Right, so Naomi Morandin, hello. Did I miss anything, Ottar? That might be either because she knows Ottar, or it might be because Ottar said, how do you think, and when do you think the Knights of Larmoth will be released? So if that was your question, yes, there are coming Knights of Glamoth from Forgeworld. I did an unboxing on the channel 3 weeks ago, so you can find that in the video section on the YouTube channel.
We've also gotten a question to rewind. While I would love to have that ability.
Oh, yeah. Green Tree says, "Hello, could you please start over again? I arrived late in your video by 28 minutes." Well, no. What you can do is once this video has finished, it will then automatically upload to the YouTube channel, and you can watch it over and over and over again, how many times you like, and then you'll not miss anything.
To recap, Tufari's painting Tessa Bonger,
yeah,
Andreas' painting
Girl Fist.
Girl Fist for Kill Team,
Mm-hmm.
and finishing up Easterlings for the Grand Campaign.
Yeah.
And we've been chatting about the questions.
Yeah, and we're doing, at the end of the video, we'll be doing a prize draw for the 1,000 likes on Facebook. So we already exported a like list on our Facebook page. We have a document that we could put into randomizer, and we will show that on camera. So you see that we don't cherry pick our winners. So, so yeah. And Green Tree also says congrats on the 2K. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're already up on 2.1K soon. After a week.
Yeah, that's brilliant. What are we setting as our next goal?
2,500 is our next goal.
Yeah.
And we will have to think of a prize for that as well.
Yeah.
I think I have thoughts about it, but we need to speak to somebody so we possibly can get that sponsored. Because I want it to be something big. So, so yeah, and Green Tree says thank you guys. So we had a few questions at the top of the card. LSR 500, hello, says, what are your main armies now? I know Andreas is working on an Ent army, smiley face. Any ideas being worked on what to take for upcoming tournaments? I'll be setting up my paint station to watch live.
What are you painting? What did you say? Ents.
Yeah,
No,
that's me who's
Yeah,
doing an Ent army. Yeah, what are you guys painting?
Yeah.
We really want to know.
We want to know what you're doing while you follow us along. So yeah, I think we broadly answered that question.
Yeah.
I don't have a main army. I want to have every army.
I don't even have a main game.
That's true. You play all the games. So, so I guess while you are painting Rohan and Ministerith, your main army will be Delamoth because you finished that for Ardacon.
Yeah. So the interesting bit there that doing doing a Rohan is that I will actually, unless I use the head, big shiny box that Games Workshop just released, not a single miniature is included in my army, my planned army at this point. Because I will be using mainly a Ministerith, and then there will be Sons of Errol and Errol as the cavalry component.
That's a really cool army, really cool historical army as well.
Yeah.
And LSR follows up with, how do you even begin to paint a large army, for instance? Your Easterlings seems like such a daunting task. I'd have a hard time starting and continuing. Right, so what I generally do when I start an army is I look at what am I going to do it for, and I generally have a deadline. So it's either painting something for the Grand Campaign, or it's painting something for a tournament.
Yeah.
That's my two big things. So everything else is painting for fun. So for instance, my Kill Team, I don't have a set deadline because I can play with them as they are now. But I do want to finish them so I can play with painted miniatures.
We
Yeah.
prefer to play our games with painted miniatures, but as a rule, we have painted miniatures for our videos.
Yeah.
And for our tournaments, I think we all have a rule. It's got to be painted.
So then what I do is I look at what I want to bring for that event or what models I need for that particular time. And then I just assemble everything I need. And then I'll make a checklist. So a lot of you might have seen my paper sheet of my Easterling army on the Great British Hobbit League page. And that's basically a checklist. So what I'll then do is I'll assemble every single model, I'll spray paint every single model, and I'll probably do like while and do the gold spray, and just do everything, and then I'll pick out every single cataphract model and paint them. I'll pick out every single black dragon cataphract model and then paint them. So I'll do it in bunches. So some of the bunches will of course be 100 models strong, but some of the bunches will be like 14, 15 models per piece. So that's how I break it down, and yes, it can be daunting, but listening to fellow YouTubers, listening to the Green Dragon podcast, listening to Araki Galdurithon on YouTube talking about the lore, watching movies while I paint, all of these things.
Listening to the Green Dragon podcast talking about positioning resources and tempo.
Yeah, because tempo is important when you paint an army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having tempo, and Too Far knows all about that because it painted essentially what would be a 750 point Glamorous army in one day.
Yeah. Got some things done before we left, but we were planning on moving house at that point,
Yeah.
and everything added up. And then I sat in the Mercure Hotel and painted for 9 hours
On the balcony?
on the balcony for 9 hours straight, the day before the tournament.
Yeah. I thought I had a bad job of doing all the tables, like putting up the terrain and stuff like that, but while I was doing that, I knew that Too Far was on the balcony painting for his life. So it didn't suddenly seem that bad after all.
And thank you to the people on Arda for, first of all, allowing me to sit there, because it wasn't really open to the public and I was not a part of the team. So thank you for that. And in addition, I got to borrow paints.
That was James Clark, the
James
event
Clark,
organizer.
So thank you very much to James for that. That was great. And every single one of the team was a delight to talk to. New experiences. Once again, if you weren't on ARDA and you have the possibility next year, I know it was sold out, so you'll have to be quick this time. Do go. Make them, well, not for 2019, but for 2020, make them have to go for a bigger wedding.
Yeah, or just take over the whole hotel.
Yeah.
I know the Australians are considering bringing 18 people. There are 18 Australians interested in going to Ardacon.
Oh.
I know that the whole of the Dutch contingent would maybe be over 40 people.
We're going to need more chocolate.
We're going to get broke by so much chocolate. So yeah, it's really wonderful. So we'll try to get your questions as they chime in here, and then get back to the topics. So
I want to on large army projects.
Yeah.
Just keep on that for a bit if there's no more
problem.
questions. I think setting the level you want the army to be, have a realistic goal. Do you want it to be a tabletop ready army? Do you want it to be? Do you want every single model to be a Golden Demon quality? Then you're gonna be doing an army for the.
You're in for the long haul.
Yeah, you won't be finished. Yeah, I think. If you want, like, my Eastlings are very much base coats, wash, or shading, and then a highlight just with the base coat again.
Yeah.
And that works on the table, and then I can spend a bit more time on the characters, making them the leader of the army, to make them more. I have a few banners. I probably will do a bit more time on the banners if we need banners. I'm not sure.
And if you do a bulk army, people won't notice your infantryman number 53.
No.
Yeah.
They won't notice. So the first time you do a big project, do set an achievable goal, like Wild said, and make sure people are going to watch your miniatures from 2 feet away. Remember that
you're going to be on this distance.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit with your army at the front of your nose the whole game.
That is very true.
So
Obviously, I've been painting army projects for the most of my life, and I've gotten around to do what I like a set like a routine on how I do my projects. So if you're looking to inspiration on how to do big armies, not necessarily look at me because I'm insane, and I've been doing that for quite some time. And I'm putting way too much time into hobbying and way less time on my private life.
Yeah, and it's time management.
Yeah.
Using a wet palette helps your paint stay usable longer, so you don't have to reapply the paint all the time. That saves time, and it also helps you thin the paint down, so you don't.
Yeah.
Don't use.
You're painting with a wet palette.
Yeah.
I haven't made mine yet, so I'm using the dry. And if you watch the video, you'll notice that I frequently dip my brush, reapply to the paint to keep it flowing. So to get the wet palette.
And that helps. And if you're using like hobby holders, have them for the whole batch you're painting or something similar, or because then you don't have to put it on, take it off, put the next miniature on. That takes time. Like doing things like that will help you do a big army faster.
That I this is the holder I used when I was painting in England, and I kept swapping.
Yeah.
Swapping.
Yeah.
It's not. I didn't find it as annoying as some people have told, but it does break your flow a bit.
Yeah,
it does. It does. Yeah.
Takes you a tiny bit out of the headspace. Makes everything just a bit harder.
All right, so getting caught up with the questions now. Naomi says, I've heard rumors of there being an Osgiliath box set in the works. Do you know if that might be true? I haven't heard anything concrete about a box set. Of course, Osgiliath was the second tagline they introduced when they were talking about the new edition. So they had, of course, Pelennor Fields and Osgiliath. That was the tagline they released at, when was that? A while ago. I don't know if they will be giving it the box treatment or not.
So
it would be really cool if they did a box for every supplement.
Really don't.
That would say things about the level of commitment from
it would.
VW.
Even if it's old models repackaged with the rulebook or a campaign book, and then one or two new models like Gandalf on Shadowfax with Pippin. So I haven't heard something to confirm that. It might be true, but that would require Games Workshop to already have a plan for that before. Because if that coinciding with the Gondrad War supplement, I think they had to have decided that before they ever released the game and couldn't do the sales numbers, which I hear is very good from the Pelennor Fields box.
Yeah, the independents kept running out.
Yeah, everyone's running out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you haven't gotten yours yet?
Yeah, for
we have some
people in Norway, due to our partnership with Tabletop Battle, I think we have 5 boxes and 5 books in stock up at Studio, so you can pick them up here if you buy them from Tabletop Battle. And members of Australians is going like this. Spelforeningen the Fellowship gets a nice discount as well. Loki B says, congrats and great celebration of 2K subscribers. Steady on to 2.5K. Oh, yeah. Indeed. I can't wait. We're already a fifth of the way there.
Will we slow down, do you think, or are we going to keep the same pace?
I don't know the way YouTube algorithms work. I won't try to impress people with my knowledge of the way YouTube works, because it's non-existent. So I have no clue. I know there is like a finite number of subscribers we could possibly get, but that is in like 300,000 NOK if we constantly do cool stuff and branch out in other games as well. So I'm hopeful that one day we'll get the silver play button from YouTube, but that would be a pipe dream.
Oh yeah.
That's nothing I really consider to be a reality in the near future. But with your continued support, and if you're watching these videos, give us likes and subscribes and comments. Yeah.
Hopefully, they will continue releasing content for us to make.
Yeah.
We're releasing a new Osgiliath or a Gondor War source
Yeah,
book.
those are very popular. People are watching those.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That will help.
That will help indeed. Yeah. Jez Hunt is putting colours on a labyrinth-inspired bag. So for those of you who don't know who Jez Hunt is, he Oh yeah, yes. Thank you, Jez. I've sent you a message and you replied to it, but to show everyone else.
Oh, yes.
Jez makes leatherworks, and don't know if you can see this from so far away, but he made me a Gondor tree embossed leather patch to do in dice tray. So it nearly fits, Jez, and we will see about getting this as the backing on a dice tray in the future. So thank you so much. But he makes lovely leather crafting products. Feel free to tell the people in the comments the name of your business, because I can't for the life of me remember.
We do this every time.
We do this every single time, so please just drop your name. I know you can't do links in the comment section, so don't try that. But just tell the people the name of the business, and people can know where to find you, because you do beautiful work.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely.
Captain Goldteeth says, painting Mordor, shame I couldn't make it. Regards, the other Andreas, continue being awesome. So the other Andreas is of course one of the members of the crew here at STF, and he's sick. So feel better, and shame you couldn't make it, but yeah, you have a box to paint. You have to finish your Battle for Pelennor Field so we can do demos in the studio.
Yeah.
So do that while you're sick.
Oh,
Eat vitamin C and feel better.
There's a question on Facebook.
Is there? So we can do that next.
A comment on the We're Live post from Ryan Abel. Hey guys, do you think we'll see OG Thranduil and Old Dane in the Thranduil halls and Erebor reclaimed lists respectively in the upcoming Hobbit book?
Yes, I think so. I think if there's a nice spoiler for this, if you have the rulebook, the new Middle-earth rulebook, you can see that they have made a Thranduil's horse army with Thranduil, and his heavy armor and his twin swords are listed as upgrades and not part of his stat line or his general profile. So yes, I think we would see maybe not old Thranduil with the Circlet of Kings, but we might see a version of him being more akin to the older model, so you can use him as the older model, so you can have access to the staff and the bow.
And you have the original one. I love it.
Yeah, it's a very fine model. As for Dane, I think I think he's. I don't think we will not see him. I think we will see a version of him with the old armor as well, not just the one on the rocket sausage. So thank you for watching, Ryan, and we have LSR 500 piping in, replying in between brushstrokes on painting the new Theoden model footer mounted. Lovely. A lot of fun to do, almost paint itself. I wish. I wish I could just put some paints beside the model and it paints itself.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would.
You love it.
This is the sad moment of the day.
And yeah, and he also says, also can't wait for the Patreon video now with that sneaky hint about WoW. It's on my editing desk at the moment, so it will be arriving in a couple of days. And he also says, thanks for the reply. Listening in while painting helps a lot. Yeah, listening to stuff while you paint, even if it's a podcast or just having something in the background.
I've stopped watching TV, but I listen to a lot of TV.
Yeah.
It's on in the background. So
Watching supposedly poor movies or
Yeah. Oh. I have to digress here. In the roll up for Ardacon, me and Tufar were in the studio painting. So I painted the Fellowship models, and he painted his
Pikeman, I think it was.
Pikeman, yeah. And on Netflix there was a movie called Monster Trucks.
Oh.
And yeah, I watched the trailer when it arrived. I think it had a limited release in Norway in the movies. And I watched the trailer and saw like what seemed to be a racing movie with trucks that had monsters inside them driving them. And I thought, this looks like a lot of fun. Just a fun movie. So we saw that it arrived on Netflix, pressed play, and it wasn't that movie at all. That was the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, not even close to that movie.
Not even close. So yeah, that's kind of bad movies that we watch while we listen to while we paint. It's good to have things in the background. I have to go to the movies if I want to watch a movie now.
yeah,
Someone has spotted a name in the Numenor list.
Anarion.
Gilgalad 62. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anarion is cheekily in the Numenor army.
Yeah, sneaky that one.
I call that future proofing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know that Anarion will arrive at some point, and hopefully in the last line supplements down the line.
Oh.
Grimbed Gaming says we are starting out with Battle Companies Tuesdays, and soon starting up with Middle-earth videos as well. It's good times for Middle-earth. And congratulations on the 2K. Thank you so much, Grimbed Gaming. I reckon you are a gaming store somewhere, or a club. So yeah, Battle Companies is a fantastic way to introduce new people and just have loads of fun.
Well, it can take you everywhere.
Yeah.
Because as some of you might know, that's where we come from.
That is, yeah.
Literally what started the channel.
Yeah.
literally why I joined.
Yeah. Some of you might have heard this story before, some of you might not, but this is the reason why this channel was started. The reason why we're now at 2K subscribers is because I'm too lazy to write. It's as simple as that. I ran a Battle Companies campaign, which Tufar was in, and several other members of our community. I think we were 12 people playing in the campaign, and I needed to get information out to the players, who they were playing, what scenarios they were playing, and what kind of lay of the land the campaign was going. And I didn't want to write, so I just stuck a webcam on me. Easy as that. And yeah, and then we started filming the videos, filming the games of Battle Companies.
Yeah.
And then we started doing other stuff. And look where we are now, in our studio, which our lovely patrons help pay the rent for and other stuff. So it has grown heaps and bounds from where we started 3.5 years ago, and
we've had so much fun.
And I met you two guys playing in that first season.
Yeah, you just came into the story we were playing at, did you?
Yeah, no, I was going to play a 40k match.
Yeah.
And then you guys were playing Battle Companies. Like, hey, I did this 15 years ago. Are people still playing? And
we kept going on and on
kept
about
going
how
from there.
wonderful Battle Companies were.
And then, of course, after the next season of Battle Companies we did, Weil had a idea about doing a narrative campaign.
Yep.
And I misheard him when because Weil said we should do The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, but we should do it from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then Weil went onto his cabin without internet for Christmas, painting all the models needed for the Battle of Vasan and Ubizar.
Yeah.
And I made a document containing every single scenario ever written for the game, and the start point was the last lines. And 3 months later, we released our first video in the Grand Campaign, which we now filmed 135 episodes for. So yeah, life is crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Should just roll through a couple of comments now because there are quite many of them. Dondo Vision says, I want to see scenario book being made with things like Osgiliath in it, sort of like a compilation of all the scenarios they've done previously and some new ones. Yeah, I think that's something you would see done in the Gondrat Warbook. I think it would be a bit more broader, having more settings than just one. Yeah. But obviously, I do hope that the way they will do things is release more place specific or era specific books in the future. So, for instance, Last Lions, Rune of Arnor, and fleshing out those armies as they go.
One question from me.
Oh,
how many new episodes will be in Gondor at War for you in the Grand Campaign?
All of them.
Yeah. I know you're going to film all of them, but how many new scenarios do you think there will be for you?
I don't know.
Wild guess.
20? Possibly.
Yeah. There we have it. That's his guess.
Some people are accusing me of having a Palantir or
a
Raven, but that is pure speculation from my point.
And I know that, but there's more. That's what you're hoping for. Let's see.
That's what I'm hoping for. Let's see if I'm right again. All right. Green Tree says, do you think we will see any miniature base on the Amazon Lord of the Rings series in the future? Right, so that is a question that has been asked a lot, not generally for me or the other guys, but it is a question that is posed on the Great British Hobbit League quite a lot. At this moment, nothing really is known about the Amazon TV series other than the writers are being confirmed. It's the same writers that did the new Star Trek movies. There's been talk about having it as young Aragorn for the first season. There are 5 seasons planned, or being planned, but since the writers were hired roughly a month and a half ago, I don't think that they are at a time where they can really have a grand plan yet. I think they're still fleshing out details and stuff like that. On the miniature series, companion miniatures for the series, I think that is something Games Workshop would want. But since there's no real information about it currently, I don't think it's a license they will go after just yet.
Yeah.
Because it has to fit with everything else. I don't think they will do a separate game for it. I think they will...
That would be very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's...
And how does it clash with their current license?
Yeah, exactly. What would One Brother say? Are they involved?
Yeah.
What will they be allowed to do? Probably... I think they'd pick it up to make sure no one else picked.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, I think if the TV series does really well, I think it could harken to a new, I hate to say golden era, but you
New
know,
Dawn.
yeah, because you know
we have the New Dawn now.
You know that that period of time between 2002 and 2005 where everyone played Lord of the Rings, and that was because of the movies. It wasn't, well, it was in part due to Games producing wonderful miniatures, but it was due to the free commercial.
Yeah.
Because Games doesn't do broad commercials, and the way to do that is to hitch license. And the reason why we are getting these wonderful plastic miniatures now for every other game than Lord of the Rings is because of the money Games made during those days.
It's a bit. That was a bit of a bitter thought in the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like all these stuff you get for 40k and Warhammer, like, yeah, we paid for that.
Well, everyone paid for that.
Yeah, but you get my point. But finally, vindication has arrived.
Yeah, and Donovision chimes in with probably not, I reckon, licensing issues. Well, it might work. Who knows? If they can get an agreement between Amazon and Warner Brothers.
It'd be very interesting to see the visuals of the new series.
How will it clash?
Yeah.
I think if I were Amazon, I would at least not copying the visuals from the movies, I would heavily hint at them because why reinvent the wheel when you have this massively popular series?
Yeah, I hope they will hire Weta to do
Yeah.
the props and everything, because the imagery is so iconic for the movies and everything else. Yeah.
So it would actually be a risk to deviate too far from the from the movies because people go, but that's not Aragon, that's not.
It's like that, but I do hope for Thor and Gil, because then Games could release the model for Thor and Gil they made like 10 years ago. Because I want that model. Yeah, right. So Naomi says, I figured it would be similar to the 40k box set trend of having 3 different box sets with progressively lower prices and content, like Dark Imperium, No Norfair, and First Strike. I think I know what you mean, but those boxes contain the same miniatures as the big one, and has increasingly, decreasingly lower money to get involved in the game. I think then you would have to do like half a sprue of Rohan Warriors, 1 sprue of Rohan Riders, and some Orcs, and maybe introduce Witch King on foot for that. Possibly something like that, but if they were going to do an Osgiliath box set, I would like them to do a big box set because then you can include terrain as well, which is something that the new box lacks. Right, excuse that was Norwegian.
Yeah. Stood out like a sore thumb.
Alright, so Jess Hunt chimes in. Cheers, man. Ancestor Leathercrafts. There you have it. If you want to check out Jess's leathercrafting, go to Ancestor Leathercrafts on Facebook or elsewhere.
We'll be right back.
Gilgalad62 says, with the brand new Middle-earth and not Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, I think it would be cool to see a book and a few models from the Silmarillion. Probably won't happen, but I have hope. Yeah, the license currently does not include Silmarillion. It only includes stuff from the movies and the main body of text in the books. So it doesn't include the appendices at all. So if they discuss it in the book or it's included in the movie, they can do it. But the license currently doesn't allow for Silmarillion as a broad perspective. Blackfire Productions, that is Adam in Canada, says, congrats gentlemen on the hard work. Thank you for all the content for Middle-earth SPG. You are very welcome, and if we didn't like it, we wouldn't do it. It's simple as that. Gilgalad62 says, also in the Numenor list there's a name. Yeah, we already did that one.
Yep.
Jess Hunt, Gilgalad, I'd love that's a reply to Gilgalad. I'd love to game in the time of Turin, Brigands, Eastlings, and Orcs. We all would love to do that, I think. Yeah, I would love Celebrimbor. Oh, Celebrimbor. He's a fantastic character. Fall of Gondolin.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Then we would need War of the Rings Redux.
Oh, yes. And tanks.
And tanks,
depending on which of the versions of the Fall of Gondolin, which of the writing. Because in the early work of Tolkien, there was tanks. Yes. I'm not kidding.
Well, being in the trenches, seeing tanks.
Yeah, that's true. A big armoured vehicles that the orcs were riding in towards Gondolin. Tyler says, "Grats guys, keep it up." We will.
Yeah, we're not planning on quitting
Don't think we're stopping. And then just on Gondolin, I'll put my dragons and Balrog in amongst these thousands of orc minis. Madness ensues. Well, to reply to your War of the Ring stuff.
I would love to see that, by the way.
Yeah, true. Tyler says, yeah, I think the TV show can only help gamer interest. If it's bad, I don't think people are going to leave the hobby. It's a good thing. It's only if it's good, it's only going to get interest. Yeah, I think if it's bad, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
If it's good, that'll just get a new peak.
Yeah. And
So-
we would love that.
Yeah.
I think probably Games Workshop are thinking about it. They should.
Yeah, they should think about it, and I think they are thinking about it, but not in the way that they are ready to, because there are no like costumes or production photos they can make miniatures of currently. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they have to talk to people.
Yeah, but I think they should have. They probably have started talks.
possibly.
If they go anywhere, well, that's a different question entirely.
So we had two more topics / questions from people chiming in about half an hour before we started the stream. So that is Shadow Captain 9 Lives. He says, do you guys have any advice for running a map-based campaign or long campaigns in general?
That's hard. That's really hard.
It is. So we ran 3 Battle Companies campaigns.
Yeah.
Over the course of 20 weeks or something, I think it was in total, each. And yes, it's hard to do a very balanced campaign. It's hard to do a campaign that interests everyone in the way they want to be interested in it. I think people are in campaigns for different reasons. But a map-based campaign is really fun. I've been wanting to do a map-based campaign for quite some time. Introduce that aspect into new season of Battle Companies would be really fun, I think. But yeah, there has to have a strong campaign manager.
Yeah.
The person that is responsible needs to be hard on deadlines, to not let it drag for everyone else. If one person or 2 persons drag, they need to produce results, or you need to be hard. Just saying that, okay, if you don't play this game and hand in your results by the end of the week, we're going to carry on without that result and make a new round or something like that. You need to be structured. But for running a specifically map-based campaign, I would advise you to try to get a hold of the Mighty Empires box set.
I haven't never tried one, but I've always wanted one. I've gotten the Season of War Firestorm for Age of Sigmar, which is a map-based campaign.
If we want to do maps, I do have a raft load of the Games Workshop tiles.
Yeah, I think I have 4 boxes worth.
Yeah,
So
something along those lines.
We could probably do a map that covers this whole 8x4.
I think so.
Because I have a 40k one as well.
Yeah, the height. I have a couple of those lying around too.
So, yeah, I think having the visual of the map is very important, either on a computer or doing it physically. I think the physical one is the cool.
We could do one, and then we draft our patrons into each of our war councils, and then we do like discussing with one of us as the player, and then the war council. Okay, where on the map do we want to go?
And
is that something you'd be interested in? Let us know.
That is, if people are interested, I'm game for that.
That is a very lovely idea. Right.
Tell us in the comments if you want this.
So we're going to end the stream now.
No. We're not ending the stream. We're not ending the stream. We still have a few questions to go.
Shadow, we've got more on the.
Yeah, we'll do Shadow Cat 9 Live's second question first. Also, do you have advice for running characters not represented by Games Workshop, like Talion from the Mordor at War series from Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War, Blue Wizards, or characters from the Silmarillion?
Aren't there Blue Wizards in White Dwarf?
No.
I've seen Blue Wizards profiles somewhere.
Yeah, I think somebody made them on the GBHL page.
Probably on the One Ring.
Yeah.
Or was that back in the Palantir days?
Maybe.
Palantir was gone.
Go.
The forum.
Oh yeah, that forum. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant they haven't made a Planter episode in a while, but Tom and Damien are considering doing more in the future. I was like, have they stopped it? No.
I've
Possibly
never
not.
watched it.
It's my favorite Friday entertainment. But yeah, I haven't got that much experience in making characters from scratch. It's not generally my forte. We were looking for people to do profiles and scenarios for Mordor at War, Shadows of Mordor, Shadows of War.
Right, it's a campaign.
As a campaign, because we watched the trailer live. We did a video announcing competition, and we haven't got any submissions for that competition. The date was, I think it was Christmas last year.
Yep.
We didn't get a single submission for that.
Maybe we could retry it now that we have
more subscribers.
3 times the number of subscribers.
I think we have 4 times the number of subscribers.
Yeah.
That's what we back then. Right.
Did you see that last one?
The comment?
That's what the comments there.
XD from Donovision. No,
No, it's not a.
Snorra, do you think it was an oversight by GW not to include Build a Pony as a mount option for Sauron in the... Oh,
Now
Build a
we're
Pony.
ending. Now we're ending the stream.
We're not. So Snorra, one of our teammates at Ardacon, yeah, Build a Pony is tiny. Smaug, well, Sauron is big. It's not an oversight, mate. Another one of our friends is consistently telling us that Build a Pony is the most evil character in the whole of Middle-earth. I don't agree at all. But he says that he ran off with all the food, so that the Fellowship was starving in Moria. He was, of course, let go by the gates of Moria, and then he didn't die as Espen would say he would. So, yeah. Donovision says, I would love a map-based campaign. Glad map-based campaign idea sounds freaking sweet. Donovision, I would watch that campaign. Yeah, I think we are making a map-based campaign then.
Looks like we're making.
We don't have a timeline.
No, this is a thing that
probably
will
going to
happen at some point.
2019 project.
Yeah.
Release. Probably have to start planning now.
Build a Pony's a foot skate.
One for each foot, yeah.
Give him one for each foot. Watch him go.
What's Bill Pony's move?
8. So it would give Sauron extra 2 inches of move. But would he have to take courage just before charging, though?
He would still get monstrous cavalry because of Sauron's size.
Sauron is a monster
Oh yeah.
in the new rules. Okay, back on track. Naomi says, what do you think sparked the revival of GW's Middle-earth product line despite it being on at such a low? The community.
Yeah. It was magical to watch.
Because, alright, so to give you a bit of a history,
Sit back.
No. Yeah, Uncle Andreas is going to tell his story. Right, so I have to stop watching the comments because they're so funny. Alright, so the way it happened was that we got what everyone would believe to be the final miniatures ever released for our game, which was the Vanquishers of the Necromancer and Radagast on Eagle way back in March 2015. Everyone believed that would be the last miniatures ever produced, and the community, as a community, went together and said, okay, we won't have this. We will continue the game as we want it to be. So there was talks about people making groups on rules revisions. There was small miniatures companies popping up everywhere and making variant miniatures for things never released. If that was breaking IP or not, who's to say? It was, but yeah, and stuff happened, and the community just carried on, garnering bigger numbers for events, garnering more members into the community, And it was just a beautiful thing. The community just banded together and denied the death of the game.
Yeah.
And then in December 2015,
Yes.
something magical happened, and that was an advert on Game Social website on the job listings, seeking a rules writer, a sculptor, and a Middle-earth product manager.
We were flabbergasted.
And that was the biggest break the channel got, because I believe we made the video first, and that was published by Bell of Lost Souls and Beasts of War and loads of other places, and that just, yeah, the channel spiked at that point, and everything was really cool. And after that, I think Jay was hired in January or December, and then they started work on Middle-earth. So there was already interest in doing it internally in Games Workshop, and at that point the new CEO Kim Roundtree had arrived as well, being a bit more interested in reviving all the projects than the old manager Tom Kirby was. So I think it was just magic that everything coincided with magical time, and everything just, it was just a wonderful, wonderful time to speculate on what would happen. Right, so let's see these hilarious things. So, okay, if it falls over, they run in different directions. Jess says Bill Wraith. Jess says, have you guys had a look at the One Ring RPG? There's some tasty stuff in there. Yes, we have. Me and Wild were discussing, since we have, well, there's a couple of videos released already with Murin and Dra, and we love Murin and Dra, Games of Creation, two dwarves on adventures. We would love to play Murin and Dra.
Yeah, with real adventuring gear.
Yeah, and have that set in the One Ring RPG. So that's really, really cool. And the One Ring RPG is a fantastic system. It's a fantastic game. The way everything works, I could go on for hours about that.
Never got around to playing the One Ring. I did way back as one of my very first role-playing games. I did play the Middle-earth role-playing game
from Ice,
which had, well, its tonal issues, but it was great fun, and the supplements were glorious.
Yeah, really was.
And the artwork was fantastic. Really was.
And gave us names, alternate names for the ring rates.
Yeah.
Introducing the Knight of Umbar as a female wraith, I believe. Something I still hold on to this day.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right. The community got together and cried forth. Well, the community got together and cried, "Fourth day shall come again." Yeah. We just refuse to let it die. Naomi says that's incredible. Yeah, I think it's an incredible feat. I think it's something that is, because I know that Blood Bowl was not sparked by the community. It was purely nostalgic from games which released Blood Bowl again. Possibly off the success of Blood Bowl, they did Necromunda, and now Titanicus, which is, there you can see it. Yeah, you can see it, the big box.
I didn't get that box.
There's been a big nostalgia.
Yeah.
In not just in the in Games Workshop, but
in gaming in general,
pop cultural industries. So.
But I don't think that revival of Middle-earth is due to nostalgia. I think that's
that's on the
huge
fan
brand.
base.
Yeah,
it's on you guys.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Yeah, it is. Big Chap says, I would love to see the current GW range scaled down to 15 millimeters for huge scale battles.
If you're going to do huge scale battles, you need to go down to 10.
Or 6.
10 or 6, yeah. I'm a huge fan, ironically, of 6mm. I've played tons of Epic.
Yeah.
We've had great fun playing the previous edition of where
Epic Armageddon.
Epic Armageddon.
Mhm.
Wonderful game. Unfortunately, it was released when it didn't get the right backing, I think.
Yeah, it was during the first run of specialist games, which
Yeah.
fizzled out.
Very sad because that was wonderful.
There is the Battle
Battle.
5 armies.
Yeah.
What's the scale of that?
War Master scale, so that would be 8, 10?
10, I think.
10, yeah.
I'd really like to try that game.
I have it.
With the painting, I also have it lying around somewhere. Painting of 10mm is not actually that hard. There's a trick to it.
Yeah, you have some of your
if I have
Romans.
one of my Romans ready to paint around here. Yeah. Well, not anyone with actual paint on them, but you take coffee stirrers.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay. Let's say you're painting the spare tips and you just go all the way down, repeat for everything, and remember you are seeing these miniatures from 2 feet away.
Yeah.
So it is easy and it's not hard on the eyes actually.
And if you want to see Middle-earth in lower scale, I know people over on the Wargaming in Middle-earth Facebook group are doing, some of the people there are doing small scale miniatures for Logrings, and some of them look really good.
I have been collecting plans for my part for making 6mm miniatures for the Hobbit. With I already know several what I'm going to use for, say, Knights of the Lamroth and stuff like that. So that it's completely doable, but we have to decide on the system. Basically.
It's that. So I think there's lots of systems you can use. I think there's lots of miniatures you can use. So if that's a game you would like to play, I think just go ahead and play it, because that's what the hobby is about.
Yeah, and 6mm is forgiving.
Yeah.
In that there are not only painting wise, but in the systems are very often you have generic systems that are either free or easy to get.
Yeah, I have a few of them.
Yeah, and they are made so you can just use whatever miniatures you want.
Yeah. Right, so Gilglad62 had to run. Cheers, lads, and congrats again. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.
Yeah,
thank you.
Glad to have you on the stream. Jess Hunt says, Merps, haha, you trip over an imaginary turtle.
I believe it was also deceased. I believe it was
Deceased imaginary turtle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You are very confused was the follow-up line, if I remember correctly. So, oh, I love that. I had so much fun with that game.
Big Chap says, I can't paint 10mm or below, my eyes will hurt.
That's what triggered my comment here.
6mm scale hobbits, that way lies madness. 6mm build a pony. Toe skates.
I do have 6mm ponies. Not build specifically, but
6mm hobbit painting cruel and unusual. Well, if you look at it as a punishment,
it is.
It won't be fun anyway. 6mm Gollum, like a weird pale frog. Vicky is here. Hello and congrats on 2K subscribers. Hello, Vicky, and thanks for your support these years. It's been absolutely wonderful. Right, so
We have a question here
we have a question on Facebook
from Ryan Abel.
again. Yeah.
What profiles that were improved upon were you most happy about? He starts with Lurtz and Uruk-hai Scouts getting a big boost was great. Lurtz is finally the hero he should be, and Uruk Scouts with bows are now viable. And I think I agree. Not that I know that much what else got a boost, but that was my my jam 15 years ago. Now it's 20 years ago.
After seeing Jay in action at Arda, where he says we're gonna balance it, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty balanced.
Yeah, I'm most happy about one thing, and that's fireworks and Gandalf.
Fireworks, Gandalf, fireworks!
That is such a lovely thing to
How
have.
we made that joke prior to Articon and kept on when you were painting it, kept going, fireworks, Gandalf, fireworks.
Yeah, I painted my Gandalf on cart. It's on the shelf behind me. I used it at Articon, and
Oh, so fun.
and yeah, strength 2 hits on a single enemy model within 6 inches. Lovely, lovely stuff.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Tony says I may actually be able to afford a 6mm smile.
No, you won't, because the one you will use for that is the one that was released for Battle of the Five
Yeah.
Armies, and that is expensive.
That goes for crazy money on eBay.
But it is lovely.
It is. It is.
So did they
that of
release it
Storm Giants.
outside of the box?
Yeah.
Did they have releases outside of that
Oh, yeah.
one
Yeah.
big box? Oh,
They have the Stone Giant. They
Yeah.
have the Hill Trolls.
really?
They had the Smag model. They had Metal Elven Cavalry.
It annoys me to this day that I didn't get in on it in time to get those miniatures, because they
Yeah,
were
I have
just
them all.
beautiful.
Then you'd had your retirement plan.
6mm Helm's Deep diorama
Oh.
would be a sight for sure.
Oh,
Yes, it would. But again,
I'm looking forward to
Oh,
our
yes.
playthrough.
6 mil Helm's Deep.
in 2 years when we come to Helm's Deep, that would be that's going to be
I
epic
need to look into that.
when we get to Helm's Deep.
A 6 mil
Oh,
diorama or
yeah.
or play or terrain piece for 6 mil. Oh, that would be just lovely.
Right, so we are nearing 2 hours on the stream. Yeah, 1.5 hours. So yeah, if you have any questions for us, drop us in the comments. I'm going to do a quick, cheap plug for our Patreon page. So with the help of around about 50 patrons, currently we are not making money, but we are at least paying some of the rent for the studio. And again, whatever you are able to give, if that's $1 or it's 10 or it's 20 or it's 50, everything helps, because we can do so much more with more support. We are looking to expand the studio with an extra room to host a gaming club in here regularly, and have the Tabletop Battle Shop taking more space to improve upon the community in our area. And we are looking to do more things, get better lighting, better mics, and more cameras.
Having the extra room allows us to film more and still be able to
Yeah.
have gaming happen here, because as now we either can film
Oh.
or we can.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We just got
Oh, hey, super chat! It's a big chap. Cheers, guys. I think that's the second super chat we have
Thank
gotten
you
so
very
far.
much.
Super chat is, of course, an option to just donate money straight off during a live stream. Thank you so much for that. But again, Patreon is regular, and we can rely on that money. So, so if you're at all interested in helping, supporting this project beyond just chat messages, it's totally appreciated. Whatever you can give us, and it allows us to expand and improve everything we do, and do more cool stuff for you guys each and every day of the week. We would love to have like a battle report every day.
Oh,
And with more support, it'll mean 2 battle reports for our patrons every single month as exclusives. So that's just a cheap plug for me while waiting for more questions. So I'm done with my plug for that. But yeah, again, thank you, Big Chap, for that donation. It helps. Don Division says, I'm learning to make terrain just so I can do Helm's Deep.
Nice.
yeah, that's a good.
There
one,
is
too.
a Instagram account. I think it's Building Helm's Deep, which is building a
Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep for 28 mil. Or yeah,
I
full game.
named that.
Yeah, and it shows step-by-step pictures,
Mm.
and you could probably get some good tips from there. I would look into Fireforge Games. It's a company that produces pre-cut foam sheets
Mm.
with brickwork,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
so you don't have to do the brick yourself, because drawing in bricks, scoring and heating, yeah, it can be a lot of work. and then all in aluminum foil and stuff. It's all already pre-textured.
Fantastic.
It's I've been wanting to get some for myself to do various stuff with.
Indeed.
And that looks really good.
We are getting a 3D printer in a month or so. So that will increase the quality of terrain, I think, overall on the channel, because we could, if we plan out that we want a particular type of terrain for a particular battle we want to do, and there are STL files for it available, then we can just print it out and slap a bit of paint on it, and it's ready.
And I think now we're starting to get to a point where we don't really need that many miniatures painted for the campaign, because the Fellowship is done.
Yeah.
We have the big armies, it's like just the Uruk-hai left, I think.
Yeah.
And
the Ring Wraiths and the Uruk-hai and the Haradrim are the big things to do.
Yeah.
For the rest of the campaign, I think.
And when we don't have big armies to paint, there's more time to do terrain.
And of course the Galathrim for Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
We'll have all of those.
There's a lot of miniatures.
Yeah. But then again, currently the list of scenarios for the Fellowship is 99. But we are going to reduce that to a manageable amount. But hopefully the Fellowship part of the campaign will take us roughly a year.
Yeah.
And we already have the date when we are starting the Fellowship. It's in March. 2nd of March, I think, the first episode of the Fellowship will arrive. Right, so we got a few more questions. Naomi says, have you seen the massive Osgiliath build on YouTube somewhere? I can't remember the channel name.
Yeah.
That is that an Australian guy?
Yeah, didn't we watch it a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I think I've definitely watched it. It's a massive cool project using her start. It could be either. It could be the one made in foam, or it could be the one made in her start.
Yeah, there's various.
Yeah, there are several people making really, really cool gear terrain. I know the guys over at OHA in Canada are making really, really good terrain.
Yeah.
And there are several others making beautiful terrain. And that's something we want to do when we do the campaign for the second time, is to improve on the terrain quality overall, because then we would have painted all the miniatures roughly, and then we can do more thematic terrain for each battle. Big Chap says, I have 3 Pelennor box sets sat here, daunting to start work on them. I would recommend you focus on one unit at a time, one type.
Just get all the Army of Dead, Korax White Spray, and then one of the new effects paints from
the Hexwraith.
Effects paint from Games Workshop, and then you'd be done in a week, and you'd be pretty happy, and then you start on the rest, which will going to take a lot longer time.
Did love the ones that was just up on the JBHL, with where that painted with the clothes were more normal looking. I was a lovely look for the Army of the Dead.
Yeah, it takes a bit more time, but it's absolutely fantastic, that paintwork. So I can't remember who did that, but it was beautiful. 3 fell beasts is probably worth it for that. Yeah, I have 9 fell beasts I want to paint, but I'm doing 1 fell beast for Camille, 1 fell beast for the Witch King, and then 7 where I can magnetize the necks, because there are 2 necks on each fell beast, so I can magnetize the necks, and then I could have the named and unnamed Ring Wraith on the same one, so I don't have to paint. I don't have to paint 16 fell beasts. I only have to paint 9. So the chat is discussing which scaled model is better. I think the plastic one is absolutely fantastic, but the one that was first released in metal and then in Finecast is absolutely fantastic as well.
They're all
well, yeah, most of them. Most of the models, character models, are fantastic, except Aragorn from the Death of Goth mod, because he has a squished face.
It's really squash face.
It's horrible. Naomi says, I want to say thanks for your Armies of Middle-earth reviews as well, as I haven't gotten a hold of the book yet, and it's great to see what the new profiles are. Yeah, one of the reasons why I did that series is because not everyone has access to the book immediately, and when people are... It's a common theme that when a new edition is out, people want to start new armies, and it's a good way for people to decide what army they want to do. And then plan on from there. Even if they can't afford the book at the time, they can at least get a lay of the land. I don't say points values.
No.
I say the changes in points values in
Goblins.
in an increment of more a goblin with a weapon. Because it's generally multiple of 5s. But then you would need old books to see the new stat line or the new profile. So yeah, it's something I really enjoyed, and it's regular content for the channel. It helps the channel grow. I think these videos are doing fantastic at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, much better than anticipated. Don Division says the new Theoden won't break when I put it in my carrier case. Have you seen the size of the reins? I would be careful with those. They are very fragile. Big Chap says, can't wait to see new hero sculpts over the coming months. Yeah, I wouldn't hold up hope for seeing a new character sculpt every month, but I would...
We don't know what happens starting now.
We know of one, at least.
Does anyone have the new Watch Fourth?
Yeah.
Is there anything good in there? Because my subscription isn't turning up.
Oh yeah. There's some stuff in there. There's a battle report and good battle report.
Nothing about the future.
No. I think you'll have to look for seminars and the Warhammer community page for the future, and the channel when I get around to doing my news videos. Let's see. Big Chap says, good idea on the Army of the Dead. Easy job. Yeah, it's don't have to be a daunting task to paint 150 Army of the Dead models.
And they do look good, though.
Yeah, they do. I remember I had a bet with somebody when I worked for GW Oslo to paint an army in 24 hours, including assembly. So it had to be a tournament-size army. So I did an Army of the Dead army.
You sneaky man.
But they were more than just wash.
Yeah. I would have been very surprised if you did that.
I took them to a tournament in Bergen and won Best Painted for them. Don't know if that says something about my painting or more the quality of painting at that particular tournament. But it was a cool task. I was assembling and painting for 18 of those 24 hours though. So it took me quite some time.
Yeah.
But it was like 60 models or something. Frederick Schulze, another one of our lovely patrons, says, the most important Theoden thing we should talk about is when we will hear the Ode of Theoden Part 2. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, back when the rumours of the new edition started flinging about, Damien from the GBHL made a song about Theoden having 0 will. So I know Damien is planning the Ode of Theoden Part 2, and I think that will be a very amusing song to hear. I also know he did the Warhammer community write-up on the new Theoden, so you can see his thoughts about the new Theoden profile on the Warhammer community page. Big Chap says, do you think GW will get the license for the Amazon Lord of the Rings series? We already talked about that, Big Chap. I think it's a license they will go for once there is more information about the TV series in general.
I think it's one they should go for.
Yeah, they should go for
it. We hope they get it.
Yeah, and we hope the TV series will be good.
Yeah.
Because we don't know that either. Naomi says, how much do you think the original Metal Fellowship with a large balanced tomb base is worth nowadays? The balanced tomb base is worth roughly £20, if I'm not mistaken, going by the trade groups and eBay. And then most of the Fellowship models were released in the Battle Games Middle-earth, so they are going pretty cheap on eBay. I think a couple of pounds each for the Hobbits, and then £3-4 each for the characters. So all in all, roughly £30 to £40 used on eBay or trade groups. If GW ever releases that box set again, I would believe the price will be between £40 and £50 new. So it's about the same. Yeah. All right. I think we're all caught up on all the comments. We are nearing. So we can ramble on for 10 minutes more before we do the big prize reveal.
Well, we could ramble on for all day if you let us.
Yes, we can, but I know Weil has something else to do today, and I really have to get painting some stuff because I have loads of things to paint, and I haven't produced any for my my hobby vlog. Donovision says, I have to say I'm very happy with the current changes to Rule Hand, since for the past 2 years the only opponents I've had are my two best mates, one who collects dwarves who I can never hurt. Yeah, I think strength 4 upgrade on the charge for normal cavalry is very, very good. And again, I think it's something that will say a lot, is that most of the armies in the Lordings now are viable options for not only competitive play, but having more fun playing them as an army. I think the army bonuses a lot, and I think the changes to several key characters and units rebalances everything. Well, you will hear me rant about this when I get to my not rant. You'll hear me talk about this when I get to the Corsairs.
I believe that the word you're looking for is a ramble.
Yeah, because the Corsairs of Umbar, the Reavers, have gotten a huge change.
I do want to play some Corsairs as an evil army, but defense 3 is
Yeah, they're glass cannons, and even more now with the Reavers, the new Reavers. And the other collects both Rivendell and Lothlorien, who I can never win the duel against. But at least
roll 6s.
Yeah, buy STF dice and roll lots of 6s.
Yeah.
By much, no.
But it is a proven fact that STF dice will kick our ass.
Yes. You probably heard that in my review of Ardacon. Most funny there was the first game in the grand tournament at Ardacon. I gave away, because we both gave away dice to each of our opponents during the tournament, and I gave away an STF die, and for the first turn I played an Iron Hills, played with an Iron Hills Ballista with my mounted fellowship. He targeted Boromir with the Iron Hills Ballista. I had Blinding Light up, so he needed a 6. Of course that STF die rolled a 6. So then he rolled for the scatter chart. He rolled the 6 again. And then he rolled to wound. All he needed was a 3+. He gave a 6 again. And that's a dead Boromir.
Yeah. We had, and consistently throughout the tournament, the STF guy I gave away to every opponent, kept coming back at me.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was great fun. So I started telling my opponents, okay, remember, this dice, it will help you. And it did. It never went wrong.
It did, yeah. Naomi says, how many more scenarios are left in the Grand Campaign until you start the Fellowship of the Ring?
Oh, right.
Right, because, yeah, when I started reading that, how many episodes are left, I think we're on about 350 episodes in total. So the project will take about 6 to 7 years in total. We are 2.5 years in. But until the Fellowship of the Ring, it's roughly 20-something episodes left. The first episodes in Fellowship proper will start off the 2nd of March 2019.
Unless something is released that fits in between. But
yes.
As they comment on the Grand Campaign never ending.
Yeah. Well,
they're planning on doing it again, so it has to end at some point, so they can start over.
Because we missed so much already that has been re-released, new scenarios. But the thing we want to do with the second version of the Grand Campaign, because currently we've done the variant scenarios of the same one, and we kind of want to continue doing that. Not everyone, because there are 8 different weathertop scenarios, and we don't want to play 8 different weathertop scenarios. But we'll do probably 2 different ones.
We'll see how
Different they are.
What
Yeah.
differs them, because we were planning on doing at least one more with Balin's Tomb.
Mm.
And then we looked at the scenario like this is the same scenario, just different participants.
Yeah.
Or it was a points match instead of historical.
But the,
So it's like-
the victory conditions and the layout was completely the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to look at which ones are different and then doing that. But for the second run of the Grand Campaign, we will only be doing one definite version of each scenario.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So this is the test, the beta version of the Grand Campaign.
Yeah, the 7-year
also-
beta version.
Ultimate.
Big Chap says, do you know if there are Grond minis available? I know that Tom Marillion did something similar to Grond. But to be honest, Grond would be this big. Because the trolls are tiny in comparison. So people have been asking for Grond in seminars from Forge-Olds. And I was like, yeah, I can buy a card for that. So
It's like a Reaver Titan.
Warlord even, like £12,000,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, I don't see a Grom miniature happening.
Scratch build one.
Scratch build one is better. There are
Get an
numerous,
actual log.
get an actual log, yeah. There are numerous places you can see people have built Grom from scratch, and it's you can do it easy or you can do it hard by green stuffing Grom itself, and then buying 4 Great Beasts of Golgoroth to get the beast itself to tow it. I bought the Ministry of Walls for eBay, and it would go perfect with it. Yep, the walls from Games are very, very short, so you would then just need a tiny Grond. You would need the big size Grond for that. So that's true. Also, any suggestion for good siege tower models? Game Searcher did a siege tower one, but if you go way back in the time machine and watch episode 4 or 5 of the Grand Campaign, you would see Sebastian Grezjak, one of the STF, part-time STF members. He's an architect, and he made a wonderful siege tower for that game.
And we did a behind-the-scenes video
We
where
did as
he
well.
showed it and explained a bit more about it. But I think Renedra has one,
Possibly, yeah.
possibly.
But if you go back in the channel to roughly April 2016, you would see that siege tower and a behind the scenes with a siege tower in it as well. Loads of comments coming in now. I need to make Ministry of Walls as well, because I have like 200 warriors in Ministry of and only use about 60 max in my army.
60 max. How big armies do you play? How many points?
1,000?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, if you go strictly warriors, you can get quite a few in.
With cheap heroes. Do you see the Grand Campaign ever ending with all the new supplements on the horizon? No. But we would get to one point that the supplements they release are doing the same thing that we already did. So
Yeah.
we can't include them in the future episodes because we don't want to do wibbly wobbly timey-wimey time travel anymore. Because back when we did the wibbly wobbly timey-wimey time travel, we needed more episodes to give GW time to release certain models, and then they didn't. So then we just didn't bother with that anymore. Right, let's see. I have plenty of polystyrene in my garage to make walls. Yeah, good. What future episode of the Grand Campaign are you most excited to play? Ooh. The Siege of Crick Hollow. That's Banderbras took. No, Fatty Bulger versus 3 ring rates. One of the highest rated scenarios in the Green Dragon podcast. But seriously, the new Pelennor Field scenario for from the new book on an 6x8 table. That is one I'm really looking forward to do.
I think one of the Asgiliath ones that are coming up with books.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, just because I love the idea of a beach landing with Warriors of Gondor.
And that's such an iconic scene in the movies as well.
Yeah.
With that orc that goes like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such an iconic orc.
I may or may not have 90 25 mil Broken White City bases in the mail from Generation
Yeah.
Shift. So
I bought 3 packs of them while we were at Arna. I'm going to use for my my Ministerial.
yeah, now I'm going to be rebasing.
Yeah, those bases are absolutely lovely.
Big shout out to Generation Shift. He
We
does
did a
wonderful work.
slight review of one of them on the unboxing of the goodie bag for Articon.
And we also did an interview with Matt Davis from Generation Shift at Articon, so you can see that in the Articon playlist, I believe. Don Division says the walls would be 2 trolls tall for reference or 12 builder ponies. Do you think you will play the Pelennor Field scenario from the new book? LSR 500 asks. Yes, I think we'll play that. Seems huge to play with 3 factions on each side. Wouldn't mind an 8-hour video for it. Right, so what we could probably do for that is something that me and Tufar does for Star Saga, is to, I have the master edit of the whole video with everything. Then I render the whole video, release that for our patrons early, and then we do breakdowns. So we do episodes of the scenario, which could probably work for the big ones, because so far we have only 1 episode in the Grand Campaign is more than 3 hours long, and that's the Siege of Barad-dûr.
Yeah, which we used the previously mentioned Siege Tower.
I think that is roughly 3 hours long or something like that, but most episodes of the Grand Campaign are between 1 and 2 hours long. Right, so there's points values being spoken about. I don't know what that's in reference to.
I think it was the amount of Ministerial.
Oh yeah, 1,000 points, so I was correct. Yay! We used to just throw them all in when we were 14.
That's a new open play in the new rules book.
Yeah. I remember when I started playing Warhammer 4th edition, I didn't know how to play, and we just chucked all of our minions on the board and just had fun. So open play is definitely cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind doing an open play scenario, just like, don't be a monster and just bring everything that's competitive in an open play scenario. You have to have the right mindset on that.
Yeah.
My mate had goblins, the goblin town ones that climb all over each other. My Gondor cavalry was, my Rohan cavalry were gone in seconds.
Oh, I see them being swarmed over by the goblin.
Just mount goblins on top of each other. Like, yeah. So they each can have 2 supports. Alright, so I think we have to wrap stuff up with doing the prize draw. That means we'll have to move the camera, so so bear with us for just a few seconds. We'll do an ending after that. So so we'll just move the camera, and I'll do the grand prize draw. in my Deadpool bunny slippers.
Yeah, why haven't you shown off your Deadpool body slippers?
Should I?
Yeah, you should.
It's Sunday after all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you want to turn on the computer and I'll carry?
Yeah, the computer is up. Can I actually? I'm not that flexible. But Wild could just take it off the tripod. So we've done the preparations for the drawing already. Just waiting a while. Should we give it a sweep of the studio?
I don't know how much you show off. Yeah.
Probably do that.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen this in behind the scenes video, this is the rest of the studio. So you probably see.
Where's the lens? I'm covering the lens. There we go.
So the other room that we've just filmed in is the film room where we do most of the Grand Campaign stuff and other videos. If Wild pans to his right, you can see the green screen with the lovely couch. There is plans to remove the couch and put a gaming table in there instead, which means I won't have a place to sleep when I stay at the studio for long. We have the tabletop battle section, which is all the products they have in audio which people can collect from them. Then we have gaming tables.
2 6x4s.
Yeah.
The studio collection of
paints.
extra paints.
Well, the gaming group's collection of paints.
And we have
some kill team terrain.
yeah.
Oh, the containers.
Yeah.
Me and Two Far want to do container battle, so we just have loads of containers everywhere. And Smaug.
Ah, yes, lovely Smaug.
All the Drowned Earth miniatures that I need to paint. We have Almond Hen.
Yeah, have to paint that soon.
And graciously donated by
one of our patrons,
patron Pear.
Before it was re-released.
Yeah.
I was very generous.
And we have some Hobbit holes, and we have all the unbuilt Kill Team terrain, and we have all the paint for Rome.
Yeah.
And all the goblins, everything. But
to the prize draw. So this is the prize draw for the 1,000 likes on Facebook. We did an announcement for that quite some time ago, and the prize is the original Metal Masons team. So the original 6 with Honor and Brick and the rest of that team. There's also a season 2 and season 3 rulebook included, and we wanted to give away a season 4 rulebook as well, but now we were told that the season 4 rulebook will be purely online. So we've included another miniature, which is the Lucky miniature, which can play for the Masons as well. So we're using pestoforce.com, which is a randomizer. We have what you need to do if you're using Pestoforce is that you need to find the ID for the page. You make a document. Oh, that's wrong. You make a document with every single member, the like on Facebook, and then you have that as a text file. Click browse. All page likes, and when I do open here, it will generate a winner. So if you can zoom in on that, because then we won't reveal
there.
Yeah. So passing files, and the winner is Ben Fun, number 253. So we will be in Ben with to get your address for the prize. Wonderful stuff, and congratulations.
Should we head back?
We should head back and sign off and see if there's more questions arriving. And I just saw that we have gained a couple of new patrons, so I want to give them a shout out as well.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the close-ups of the filming room, we have put up a lot of various boxes to make a nice backdrop. Some miniature collection. I can't go past there with the camera.
Yeah, these are most of these miniatures are our private collections.
Yeah. And terrain, and all our mats, more boxes, more terrain. On this wall, you don't see that much. And library for the gaming club.
Mhm.
But let's show us the slippers, please. Oh,
Oh yeah, that's my Deadpool bunny slippers. All right, so yeah, congratulations, Ben, and we have a couple of new patrons, which will be given a shout out on the Patreon page as well.